Everybody, this is a follow-up video to my video about parasites and how to improve your health radically. I wanted to first of all point to Nazir Ra's video, and I think he took down the one where he shows the how the parasite can actually mind control you. But this one's called The Hidden Predator: How to Destroy Parasite Worms, and he will talk very frankly about this. He has a playlist, and it looks like some of them are taken down, so maybe he had some copyright trouble. So if you come to YouTube and you just put parasite mind control in here, you can convince yourself that if you have parasites within you, you probably don't have full control over your life. This is a very serious thing, and this could have happened way back, you know, when you were little and put a little dirt in your mouth, or just even just touching something and putting your fingers in your mouth as a baby. You know, humans never worm their babies. They only worm their dogs, and it's a giant tragedy for mankind. You can have parasites from the beginning, and then you just get used to having them. And but as you get older and your immune system starts to go down, you will feel the anxiety and depression and the toxic load of the parasites. And so anyway, this what we use in our family is Clarkia. I bought the larger bottle that was $80. They have a ramp up schedule here. You cannot use this on horses. You can use this for other animals, but check about your very special animal just in case they didn't put it in here. It'll take care of 90% of most of your parasites. You will feel so much better. It does take a while, like I would say at least 3 months, maybe 6 months. I also coupled this with Diatomaceous Earth Food Grade, which I think I did not buy on Amazon, but they do sell it on Amazon. And so you just want that. It doesn't taste the food grade Diatomaceous Earth doesn't taste very bad. And the silica is good for your hair, it's good for your skin, and it will scrub out your intestines and make life very difficult for your parasites. So you just need to keep the pressure. So you need to keep the pressure on the parasites. So once you do your full Clarkia, you get up to speed on this, and you're taking this, and you notice things are getting better. You basically want to go on they have a maintenance dose, and you basically are going to be taking this for the rest of your life, because anything that you touch, if you garden, you touch a pet touches you, you will reinfect yourself. If you eat it, I was going to show you a book that I bought called, here, let me pause it, I'll go get it on Amazon, hold on a second. Alright, here's the book by Hulda Clark, and what she did, she invented, or she designed something that can recognize, basically using, it's almost like, it kind of reminds me of a Star Trek scanner, where it recognizes the frequency of various parasites. So she can scan you and find out which parasites you have and where. She's a really amazing woman, and this is a very thick and helpful book, and she will, if you are not very sick, this book will be too intense for you. But you can do the main things that she says in here and improve your life radically. In my other video, I talked about getting Everclear and putting it in your hand soap, and making your household soap also with Everclear in it, and make sure that you can take that outside and spray it and make sure it's not flammable before you use it in your home. But the Everclear will kill a lot of things on contact. And the reason why we use Everclear and not wood alcohol is because wood alcohol is bad for you. Shocking, I know, they use that in the hospitals, but that's bad for you. It causes, wherever you have wood alcohol accumulations in your body, Hulda Clark found that you also have a parasite accumulation, and maybe the parasites, you know, are attracted to the wood alcohol, but you don't want them in your body. And what ends up happening is, for some reason, the wood alcohol ends up in the reproductive organs of women, and then the parasites go there, and you know, that's bad. So you don't want to have any wood alcohol. So this is why I say Everclear. Use grain alcohol for all of your alcohol needs. Throw away all your, you know, anything that you bought at the first aid that has to do with wood alcohol. Also, any of your hand sanitizers that you have out there, don't use those unless they don't have wood alcohol in them. You don't want that. It would be better to just take the Clarkia, have the germs on your hand, than to take the wood alcohol onto your hands. So, so again, what I do with my hand soap, I just use regular, safe dish soap for the hand soap, not antibacterial. That's not good for you. Regular dish soap that you trust. And then I put 2 to 3 dropperfuls of Everclear in there and shake it up. And that what it's going to do is it's going to increase the solubility of your hand soap, so that it's going to, and then if you add a little water to it too, so the hand soap will slide around underneath your fingernails and into the cracks of your hand, and it will kill any germs that you have on your hands. Then the household spray that I make my own colloidal silver, so I will take out 10 empty bottles and I'll fill them halfway with colloidal silver. I'll put dish soap in them, clove and lavender oil, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of Everclear, and then fill the rest up with water, and it smells great. Then you take it outside and you make sure you didn't put too much Everclear in it, because you don't want to be spraying something that's flammable. I don't think that'll be flammable, but I'm just telling you to go outside and check with a candle. Light a candle outside and go spray on it. Make sure it's not flammable. Then you can use that in your home. You need to worm your dogs. So let me, you can buy your wormer here on Amazon. Let me pull it up. Hold on. All right, well, here's the page. I also feed my dogs Clarkia. Now, some of these you can get a lot of medicine at once. You can get like, I think you should get enough so that you can get in the habit of worming your animals every month. And your animals are going to be happier. But you will be able to afford this better if you do this on Amazon. And just keep clicking around. I think I found one of these for my Chihuahua, and I was able to get a year's worth. And then I supplement with other dewormers, and his health got amazingly better. You can find this for your cats or whatever kind of pets you have to take care of your pets. And then for yourself, you need to deworm yourself and your family. You will notice, okay, here's what needs to be talked about. When you start learning about this and you watch these videos, you're going to have mental opposition, because you actually have parasitic control of your behavior right now, and the parasites within you do not want you to get rid of the parasites within you. So they are going to downplay this. They're going to talk to you about that you don't have enough money and you shouldn't listen to people on the internet. And they're going to give you mental opposition about this. So what you need to do is think critically about how can it be that we worm our puppies after they finish nursing from their mothers, and we don't worm ourselves, yet we are mammals and they are mammals. And you know, we see all of the pictures of where you're encouraged to have your children next to your dogs, but you know, I'm gonna bet you that your pediatrician never said, why don't we screen your children and just make sure that they're not suffering from any parasites? You guys have dogs, right? Yeah, well, even if you do your best worming your dogs, your kids are still going to have parasites. Your pediatrician has never said that to you. So when I started to rationalize that out, I felt angry about that. I felt betrayed by the pediatricians. I don't know if they've actually thought of that or not. And it's kind of a betrayal by the veterinarians too. They should know. They should know that if you're deworming the animals, you should deworm yourself. So I don't advocate being an angry person, but for me, the anger about this, and it helped me stay really clear, really clear on this, and focused, and able to go ahead and buy. I'm going to click on it again. That's World Without Parasites. To buy the Clarkia, get it in the mail, read the thing, put it in my own little tincture bottles, because it comes in a bigger bottle. I got some little bottles, I labeled them, I put them in different rooms, and I reminded everybody in my family to take these every day. And I used the anger and for a clear focus, because you will have mental opposition when you start to do this. You will forget. You will not get around to it. Your mind is going to distract you. You will probably have increased anxiety. What I had happen when I started to deparasitize myself was I had increased anxiety. Parasites cause anxiety, and they tried to distract me with increased anxiety. And I just muscled through and muscled through and muscled through. They even tried to convince me that I was going to have a car accident. They put these thoughts into my head. These parasites, they are active in the fourth dimension, and they have an ability to put thoughts into your head. So I think the idea with the car accident was they were actually trying to create a car accident, because then if I became suddenly, in the hospital or something, I would stop taking my Clarkia medicine, and I would become distracted from that, and that would be a reprieve from them. So when you start this, you need to be aware that you will have internal mental opposition to this. And if you watch these videos, I went to the Nasir and I didn't find his own video. I think it got taken down, possibly. You will see how these parasites control the mind of their host. This mouse will offer himself to a cat to be eaten. So you need to realize you will have internal mental opposition against this. So you need to be very firm and just decided with yourself. If you get the Amazon book about from Hulda Clark, she will also talk about if you're very sick, that you might need to get rid of your pets or give them away, just because it's really, really difficult to keep your pets clear. She also talks about that all dairy has eggs, parasite eggs in it. So I am giving up all dairy, even cheese. So that's not very hard for me to do, because I know that it also causes mucus, and parasites love mucus. It's all very gross. So it just grosses me out enough to where I don't have any trouble staying away from dairy. But if you have trouble, or you slip up and you did have some dairy, you need to increase your Clarkia and your diatomaceous earth. So we keep the diatomaceous earth in a big jar next to our tea, where we are making drinks, and so that you can just easily make yourself. You can just put it in some water and easily make that for yourself. It also will trap toxins. So that's good for you. Okay, this is very important. Once you finally get rid of your parasites, you will notice a lot. Your depression will probably go away, because these guys are dumping toxins into your body. And your anxiety will probably go away. It's going to be amazing. I noticed both of those things go away immediately after I felt really clear from parasites. I also noticed my IQ jumping up radically, almost to the point that I'm a different person and can't really relate to the mind-fogged state that most people are in, and that I was in before. My memory hasn't really gotten better, but it's nice to be able to think. So you owe it to yourself. I do want to point out that we were not, having dogs in the family is a recent type of social engineering thing that happened. When I was little, we had the Lassie movies. We had a lot of, Snoopy, heroism of dogs, and dogs are great. And more people brought dogs into the house. And that was also happened to be like around the 50s and early 60s. And that was also around the time where we really slid into the cultural depravity that we are in now. So I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that parasites will cause depravity. They will cause depraved behavior. They will cause mood swings. Any mother, you need to take care of the parasitic situation with your children, especially if you have teenagers. Teenager time is it's a time where their immune system slows down a little bit, or comes under more and more attack. Their immune system is busier with more things. They have more stress, and if your teenager has parasites, this is when you could lose them. They will feel rebellious. I have noticed from parasitic, just noticing, what does the parasite do within the person? What does it do within me? I noticed that the parasite would try to convince me away from things that were good for me or safe for me. I would criticize, I would become dissatisfied with, my life. But that's the parasite, wanting you to be critical of your safe place, be critical of the safe people around you, and to be critical of what is and cause you to make bad choices. And then my children, so when my daughter became a teenager, she had incredible mood swings. Well, they are also having hormone, adjustments going on, both the male and the female, but they are struggling with parasites, and parasites will turn your children against you, turn your children against your wise counsel for them. And if you can free your child of parasites, you will find that they will listen to you. You'll have much more peace in your home, and you can't blame your child for having a bad attitude and mood swings if you have not taken care of their basic health. So that is not something you can be mad at them for. And it just causes division within the home. This is all this misery is wonderful for parasites. They love horror. They love misery energy. Another thing that I bought, Hulda Clark, I don't know if they sell it on this. Oh yeah, they do. These are called zappers. I bought on some on eBay, which are you can buy these very reasonably, but you can also get really good ones that cost more. I bought something from thebestzapper.com, and there are videos. I'll pause this and get the videos. Hold on a second. All right, so they sell this out of Canada because you can't be in the United States and sell things that work. So I put bestzapper.com in the YouTube search box, and there are a lot of videos about every question that you could have about a zapper or a best zapper. I bought other zappers, and I did finally buy a best zapper, and the reason why I did is because I really wanted to be better faster. And I had studied about the zapper. I studied about the electronics, the square wave and the sine wave, and how square waves are toxic to parasites, and you can get rid of your parasites by using a square wave. You can't feel this. You put this on your body and you can't feel it. But the best zapper, what it does is you can get 12 hours worth of zapping in 1 hour. And I have done this with my teenagers, and they become immediately happier. I mean, you really have to see this to believe it. I think that if someone is mostly healthy, you get a really radically better reaction after 1 hour. If you're older, like me, and you've had a lot of toxins. I used to be a welder, and I've had a lot of toxins. You might not notice a big change within 1 hour, but my teenagers, it's night and day. If you put this on them. So you can use it on your babies. You can use it on your horses. I saw one in here about a woman who she was suffering from MS, and she believes that the book that I showed you, A Cure for All Diseases, and the bestzapper.com cured her MS. Her anxiety went down. So I encourage you to take a look at zappers and take a look at the best zapper if you are interested in getting better quicker. The woman who, her testimonial about MS, and you could probably put in I cured MS with the best zapper. I'm not sure what I Googled. I was just reading all of them. But she said that when she did she did the diet and all of the changes in the Clarkia, and then she got the zapper, and that a whole bunch more parasites left her body, and that she felt even better. So I just want to bring that to you. I just want you to have good health. There's another aspect of this this electronic medicine called the Bob Beck blood electrifier, which is used to kill viruses in your body. You could think of them as parasites. They're not full organisms. They're just a molecule. But you could think of them as parasites. And if you Google and study Bob Beck's work that he did about killing, what it does is it stuns viruses that are in your bloodstream, and it just allows your immune system to be able to keep up and clean them up. You will probably be glad that you investigated that too. His work, he made his work so that you could put the blood electrifier on the outside of your wrist. In the early I think early 1900s, it was patented as a cure for cancer, and then it was buried. So this is suppressed medical technology, and I just advise that you look at all the suppressed medical technology, and you have to think rationally for yourself, because the doctors today really aren't going to help you figure this out. But along with parasites, parasites bring viruses in with them. And most people, I believe, are struggling with between 5 and 20 viral infections at once. So the Bob Beck, you can put Bob Beck blood electrifier into your YouTube search box and you can learn all about that. He published the blueprints so that you could make this on your own. But you can also buy Bob Beck blood electrifiers on eBay, and some of them will also make colloidal silver, which is also very important for getting better and for having really good disinfectants that are safe to drink and safe to use around your house. All right, well, I hope this has been helpful. I'm trying to remember if I forgot any major points. I'm rooting for you guys. Please take good care of yourself, take good care of your kids, and have a good day. Talk to you later. Hi guys, I was getting this story ready to publish, and then I realized I forgot my whole conversation about how I found this out myself. I got myself a microscope for Christmas last year, and I started looking at my dog's saliva, and that was pretty scary. And then I wormed my dog, and he looked better, and I looked at our family's saliva. I did that after we did all of our Clarkia testing, and so our saliva was clean. But a neighbor girl came over and she wanted to look at her saliva, and she does have a dog, and they are wealthy, so I thought they might be up on worming their dog, but she did have a nematode like this one. This is a pictured nematode. This one isn't a saliva slide, I don't think, but she had one of these in her saliva, and I didn't want to scare her. I just told her that she needs to take her dog and go get her dog wormed, and told her how to make hand soap. And most of the time, people's immune system will attack these parasites. But when you get older, your immune system gets overwhelmed, and then you can't keep up. And if you Google blood microscopy and nematodes on YouTube, you can find that it's not very rare to actually have these in your bloodstream, to the point that they saturate you so much that they get in your bloodstream. And I can't remember this is not my blood or my children's blood. But I was looking at a sample that was donated to me by someone who listened to me, and they did deworm themselves, and now they are clear, but they had it in their blood. Now, you can't tell under the microscope whether this is dead or alive, but you do not want it in your blood. You don't want it in your mouth. You don't want these anywhere in your body. So I wanted to tell you about getting a microscope. My microscope cost about $200, and I got the slides. And I just started looking at things. It is sad that we have to be an expert on so many things. Really, your doctor should, this is such basic health care. Your doctor should help you with this. You should be tested, or else, actually, because it's so easy to get reinfected, this should be in your regular daily vitamins, that you would have anti-parasite medicine in your daily vitamins. You really don't want to drag down your immune system with these guys. And you don't want to share your body with them. So this is one of my pictures from my microscope, and I just wanted to encourage you with this picture to really take this seriously, take care of your family, take care of yourself, and try to talk to your neighbors. Most people have no idea that most people that you see, everyone who's not actively taking Clarkia and taking care of themselves, has an infection of some sort, and it just depends on how well their immune system is fighting it off. And if you zoom in on these guys in the microscope, you can see little white blood cells attacking them. Well, your white blood cells have a lot to take care of. You could help your whole situation out by not having nematodes, and then your white blood cells can concentrate on other things. So your white blood cells are doing the best they can, but you need to be a team member, and this is really basic healthcare. It's just amazing that we have to figure this out for ourselves. But if you can buy a microscope, it will be very kind of scary, actually, but in the end, your family will have better health. But even if you don't buy a microscope, maybe this picture and what you can find on YouTube will spur you to educate yourself, buy the herbs that you need to buy, study the suppressed medicine that is not being that people aren't finding out about. All right, well, thanks for listening, you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.